Have you ever noticed an unnatural splash of color in photographs of the most powerful people in the world? It is not a fashion coincidence, and it is not just an aesthetic choice. It is a signal. From the silent corridors of the Vatican and the royal courts to the blinding lights of Hollywood, one symbol keeps returning obsessively, like a signature left in plain sight: the red shoes.
Many call it the Red Shoes Code. For some, it is a mark of rank within an invisible hierarchy. For others, it is a disturbing clue pointing to a sacrificial ritual practiced by the elites who rule from the shadows. Why does this symbol appear in predictions for the year 2026? And what connection does it have to that material vision we discussed in the case of the one-eye ritual? Could the red shoe be proof that we are living in a staged reality, where the main actors are marked by the color of blood? Today on The Hidden Order we break this code. We go beyond aesthetics to uncover the occult origin of this symbol, and why those who dance in red shoes seem to be following a script that we are only now beginning to decipher. Welcome to a new investigation into the hidden layers of reality. To understand the present, we must look into the abyss of the past. Red was never just a simple choice of color. It was the color of sacrifice, fire, and blood. In ancient Rome, red shoes, known as mulleus calceus, were reserved exclusively for the highest magistrates. They were more than footwear. They were a sign that the wearer held the power of life and death over others. But this tradition did not disappear with the fall of the empire. It transformed. Centuries later, we see it again at the feet of the popes in the form of red silk shoes. Officially, they symbolize the blood of the martyrs. But if we look through the occult lens of secret societies, red marks the crossing of a threshold. In alchemy, Rubedo is the final stage of the great work, the attainment of perfection through fire and blood. So could these shoes be proof that today's elites see themselves as the alchemists of our reality? What is interesting is that, in the comment section of our channel, many of you pointed out something that most people ignore. The idea that we are living inside a staged simulation. If life is a virtual reality movie, as some of you suggested, then the red shoes could be the access code of those who know the script. Think about the famous choice in The Matrix. The red pill shows you the truth. But the red shoe seems to suggest something different. It may indicate that you are not just awake inside the system, but a player who has accepted its rules in exchange for absolute power. But the question that still remains is this: what price is paid by the one who agrees to wear this code? If red is the color of the threshold, then the wearer has left behind the ordinary world and entered a circle where moral laws begin to dissolve. This is not only about ruling. It is about being marked. Just as, in ancient times, the blood of sacrifice was used to sanctify a pact, today the red shoe seems to function as the visible signature of an invisible contract. Once these modern alchemists put them on, there may be no turning back. Their path is paved with symbols that the masses dismiss as simple fashion accessories, but for the initiated, they represent the acceptance of a staged destiny. We leave behind the tomb-like silence of the Vatican and step into the deafening noise of Hollywood. But do not be fooled by the flashing cameras. The red carpet is not a runway. It is a ritual perimeter. Here, under the eyes of millions, the marking takes place. Notice how, at the peak of their rise or after periods of mysterious absence, key figures in the industry reappear wearing the same signature: the red shoes. In occult circles, whispers persist about the so-called Red Shoes Club. This is not about aesthetics. It is said to be an act of homage to an entity the elites serve in exchange for success inside this staged simulation. Many of you in the comments under the one-eye video sense this correctly. These people are no longer just actors. They are avatars. And the red shoe is the barcode confirming that the transaction of the soul has been completed. Think about the Wizard of Oz. Dorothy receives the ruby slippers so she can navigate a world that is not truly her own. In mind control narratives, the red shoe becomes the anchor that keeps the victim locked inside an altered reality created by the programmers. Is it just a coincidence that in alchemy, red marks the stage of Rubedo, where matter dies in order to be reborn in another form? Our elites seem to have passed through this fire, becoming the alchemists who shape the perception of the masses. And if life really is a script, as more and more people are beginning to feel, then those who dance in red shoes are the ones who have been given the leading roles in the great performance that may reach its climax in 2026. But let's not stop at the surface. If we look deeper, the red shoe is not only a sign of power. It may also be a tool of psychological fragmentation. In mind control narratives, symbolism is everything. Why the Wizard of Oz? In monarch programming theories, Dorothy's ruby slippers are described as an anchor. The clicking of the heels represents a trigger mechanism for dissociation. There's no place like home is no longer just a longing for family. Through this darker lens, it becomes a mental command for the victim to retreat into an internal reality, hidden away from pain. Notice the eyes of many celebrities who wear this symbol. That empty, absent stare, the same one we analyzed in the case of the one-eye ritual. It is the moment when the original personality is sent home, leaving behind the programmed avatar to execute the elite script on the world stage. And this is where the concept of material vision returns. If we are living inside a simulation, then the red shoes are the markers of those who have accepted the role of system administrators. They no longer walk on our ground. They walk on a red carpet that separates them from the ordinary human frequency. Many of you pointed out in the comments that these celebrities seem trapped inside a lucid dream. And you may be right. The red shoe becomes the physical proof of that dream. It is the sign that the wearer has crossed the ruby threshold into a hierarchy where morality is replaced by ritual, and free will is replaced by a predefined script. But the question remains, why now? Why are we seeing an explosion of this symbol as we move closer to 2026? It seems that the alchemists of this reality are preparing a global transformation, a planetary Rubedo stage where all of us may be forced to choose. Do we remain in our own reality or do we accept their simulation? There is a barrier that very few dare to cross: the theory of the Red Shoes Club. It is not an official organization but a hierarchy of silence. According to this theory, these shoes are not merely accessories, but a tribute to practices that defy human imagination. Rumors circulating in the deepest layers of the internet suggest a sinister connection between the material from which some of these shoes are made and the sacrificial rituals of the elites. Could it be possible that the intense red color is quite literally the imprint of a life taken? We see this symbol appearing on political leaders, famous artists, and even clerics as if they are all part of the same script, coordinated by an invisible force. Once you enter this club, there is no way out. You are marked for life and beyond it. As many of you have suggested in your theories about the staged simulation, these members of the club are the high-ranking actors. They receive the best roles, but the price is the complete loss of autonomy. They become chess pieces in a game we are only now beginning to understand. And so we arrive at the question that brought us here. What happens in 2026? Why do all these symbols, all these markings, and all these mind control rituals seem to converge toward this date? If we look through the lens of occult numerology and predictions hidden in plain sight, the year 2026 appears to be marked as the moment of reset. In alchemy, after the stage of Rubedo, the great work reaches its completion. For the elites, this would mean the finalization of the simulation. The moment when our reality and their programmed reality become one and the same. The red shoes we see today may be the invitations to this global event. They are the signal that the actors are in position, the stage is ready, and we, the audience, are expected to accept the new script. But are we? Today's investigation ends here, but the questions are only beginning to take shape. The red shoes are more than an accessory. They are a window into a reality many refuse to see. Are we living inside a staged script? or are we still the architects of our own destiny? The elites have made their choice. They have put on the shoes and stepped onto the stage. But here on the Hidden Order we choose to look behind the curtain. What do you think? Is 2026 the point of no return? Have you noticed other signs that the modern alchemists are leaving in plain sight? Write your theories in the comments. I read every message because your voice may be the only thing powerful enough to break the simulation. Do not forget to subscribe so you can stay connected to the truth hidden beneath the layers of reality. I am your host and thank you for joining me on this journey. Until next time, stay vigilant. The order is hidden but not invisible.